All right, today, folks, we're going to just do a quick warm-up to get our bodies ready for class, right? Kind of low intensity. I like to do warm-ups where we're basically mimicking movements we're doing in class, but we're just doing them kind of like 50, 60% speed, just to kind of prepare our body, get us breathing, moving, right? So we're going to start off in a fighting stance. We're just going to twist and twist, twist and twist, right? What we're really focusing on, kind of our core, right? Our back, abs, just kind of getting our body used to the turning that's, so common in the techniques that we use for punching and generating power and kicking and stuff like that. Right? Now, if you want to make this a little bit technical, it's not a bad idea to think about making this into like a block, 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 block. All right, we're switching legs, 30 seconds the other side, just twisting, just getting our body ready. Nothing too hard, nothing too fast, just twist and twist, twist and twist. Good idea to start getting your breathing rhythm down if you can. A little tricky when I'm trying to talk you through it, but breathe out. Couple more seconds of this one, and we're done. Okay, next move. We're gonna stay with our feet kind of even. We're just gonna shuffle to one side, punch, shuffle to the other side, and punch. Okay, let's start going. Now as we do this, punch straight ahead. We're working on the kind of adductors and abductors, right? The inner thigh, the outer thigh, things like that. Trying to prevent injuries by just getting our body ready. If you're feeling a little bit more frisky and you want to punch with a little bit more intensity, I guess you could do that. Or if you want to cover more ground, right? So you can really start to hop a little bit more. But again, during warm-up, I generally recommend keeping it pretty easy, letting your body get ready for class. Okay, next move. We're going to go back into a fighting stance. We're going to do a jab, across, switch, jab, cross, and then you switch. Let's go. Jab, cross, switch, jab, cross, switch. Now you could do this stepping, or you could do this with a hop. Whichever is right for you is fine for you. Right, I'm stepping right now. Right, I'm hopping right now. Whichever, it's fine. Couple more seconds, and we're good. Okay, next up, we're gonna just take our back leg, we're gonna knee forward, right? Just like that. Reset back. I turn sideways, you can if you want to, but there's no real reason to. Just wanted to give you the idea. You could think about making this into like a straight knee. You could think about making this into an upward knee. The important thing is we're just kind of activating these muscles. Not particularly intense, particularly fast. Doesn't even matter which leg you're using. Because in a second, we're going to switch legs. Speak of the devil, we're going to switch legs. Go for it. One thing I would encourage you to do is make sure that your base foot is turned out a little bit. Right? Nothing like hurting yourself during warm-ups. That's basically the worst thing you could do. Right? So step that out a little bit, bring up our knee, step that out a little bit. Keeps pressure out of your knee. If it hurts in your knee, you're probably doing this wrong. You should talk to someone, right, who can give you some advice, either a doctor, sensei, whatever. Okay. Next move, we're going to be doing a tap down front kick. We're still staying in the kind of warm-up intensity version of this. All we're going to do is we're going to reach down, come up and kick, right? I'll show you once from the side. Reach down, come up and kick. Key thing here, make it into a reach, not really a stretch. If you feel like you're really activating and stretching your hamstring, you're going too far. You're just trying to make the muscles move a little bit, right? So we're here, we reach down a little bit, we kick. And you can see I'm kicking kind of low, right? We probably aren't testing our range of motion just yet. We're warming up that muscle group. And you might feel this in your lower back a little bit. Might feel it a little bit, like I said, your hamstrings, your glutes. That's fine. As long as you're just activating the muscle, not really stretching it. Okay, we're switching to the other leg. I'm gonna kick forward on this one. Time to do one reset there, and go for it. Tap down, come up, tap down, and come up. One little bit of advice as you do this, try not to look at the floor, then look at the screen, look at the floor, look at the screen. Once you have the idea, pick something like, I don't know, 6 to 10 feet in front of you, and look at that thing, right? And by 6 to 10 feet in front of you, I mean 6 to 10 feet in front of you and on the floor. Okay, that way you can maintain eye contact with that throughout the movements. Okay, we're gonna get a couple stretches in. I'll be ready to do class. So start with our feet apart, a little wider than shoulder width. We're gonna bring our arms up, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna lean a little bit to one side and a little bit to the other side. Right now, in a perfect world, if you know the breathing rhythm for this, it's exhale, inhale as you come up, exhale as you go to the side, and you follow kind of your breathing rhythm. Working the intercostal muscles, the obliques a little bit. You'll notice I'm really focusing on reaching up more than trying to like collapse hard to the side, okay? Reach up, keep your spine pretty straight. Okay, next move, we're gonna do half circles. If you're familiar with this, great. If not, you may wanna watch the first one. All right, I'm gonna come up here and turn to one side. I don't care which side, just as long as you turn to one. Get out flat as you can. Come across in front. The whole time, you're trying to keep your spine straight, or as straight as can be, really. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. Hopefully you saw it. You can do it, take your time. Try and be slower than me. Oh, that feels good. Start to feel that, your hamstring. Okay, we're gonna go the same thing the other direction each time. So you turn, get out flat, you come all the way out, really reach. Oh, feels so good. Go again, that big half circle. Go out, reach, 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 reach. And come up. Okay, now you can shake out your arms a little bit. If you want, your shoulders sometimes tighten up as you do that. We're gonna do that one more time, but this time we're gonna be doing the full circle. So instead of reaching out, I'm gonna go all the way to the ground, right? So again, pick a side, we're gonna do 2 each way. So I turn, you see I get down flat, but I keep going. I reach out, maybe towards one of my feet. Take your time, go over to the other side, all the way, and up. Okay, we're going again, same thing, slow and steady. And if you need more time when we're, doing this, if I'm getting ahead of you, feel free to pause this. Do as much stretching as you need to feel like you're ready to move. All right, I'm going the other side, taking your time. Big circle, try and relax into that stretch. And come up, we're going one more time. Big circle. Big, 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 big. All right, so that's gonna be our warm-up for today. All right, if you need to take a minute, get a sip of water, do a couple extra stretches, that's fine. We're gonna get into the next part of class. All right, so we're gonna get started with our beginner kicks that we need to be working on. There are 4 kicks that you work on as a beginner: front kick, roundhouse kick, axe kick, and lead leg side kick. We're gonna be going through all 4 of those today, right? As we get started on our front kick, one of the things you have to do on your front kick to be eligible for promotion is make sure you keep your hands up. So for these first 10, really think about that. Ready? On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now I'm gonna do 10 more. I'm gonna turn to the side so you get a different point of view. For these 10, I want you to think about making sure that you're kicking at least as high as your stomach. That's another one of the requirements to be eligible for promotion or strike. Ready? On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, now we're going to switch to the other leg. Third requirement that you'd be looking for promotion is that you keep your eyes on your target, right? So I'm going to be kicking towards the camera, so I'm going to be staring at the camera the whole time. 10 more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. And then final requirement for a white belt going to a yellow belt, when it comes to our front kicks, that we recover back after our kick. So make sure you're doing that for these last 10. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, switching things up, we're going to go to the axe kick next. For the axe kick, it's basically the same requirements, right? Kick above your belt, keep your hands up, look where your target is, and recover your kick. We're going to be doing 20 of these on each side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And now we're going to turn to the side. Now, much like with our front kick, we have those requirements. But as a yellow belt, if we're trying to get promoted, we also have to have a little bit of speed, right? So if you're a yellow belt trying to get an orange belt, a little bit of energy is good. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can see I'm kicking a little high. That's okay. 8. You don't have to. 9, 10. There's certainly no penalty in kicking a little too high, as long as you can maintain your footing. All right, next, axe kick, other side. You're going to notice on this that there's a little bit of like an arc to my axe kick. It's not straight up, straight down. That's one of the requirements for a yellow belt going to orange belt as well. So your leg comes in and then comes a little bit out. So looks like this. All right, here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see it's pretty subtle. 5 is not a big circle. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. All right, I'm going to do 10 more facing the other side. Same idea, still recovering all these things. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. All right, so we've got the 2 simple kicks done, our front kick and our axe kick. Now we're going to transition into roundhouse kick. As we go to do a roundhouse kick, we don't have the same 4 things. We have hands up, eyes on target, kicking above our belt. The 4th thing we're thinking about is turning our base foot. Make sure it rotates, right? So do roundhouse kick, it turns, and I kick. Turn, and I kick. Now, as much as my base foot is turning, I'm still kicking straight. Right? My shoulder's turning, but I'm still looking straight. That's really important to have good form on your kick. 3 more. Turn your base foot. It can turn sideways, or it can turn even more than sideways, almost backwards is fine as well, right? But you don't want to under-rotate, because that's bad for your leg. It takes away all your power. Okay, so now we're going to do 10 more of those, right? You're going to turn to the side, so you got to look at it from this side. This foot's going to turn at least towards the camera, maybe even a little bit more. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, okay. We got 2 legs, same thing the other side. So I do my roundhouse kick, remember, my foot's gonna turn, but my kick is gonna be straight that way. Ready? 1, right at the camera. 2, for you, maybe it's right at the screen. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, we got 10 more. I'll do it facing this way. Ready? Watch that roundhouse kick. Shoulder turns, foot turns, head doesn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, coming up on our last kick, it's our lead leg side kick. All right. Now, as we start in a lead leg side kick, biggest challenge, using your lead leg. So I'm going to do these sideways. The foot that's closest to your target is the foot that comes up and kicks out, right? These don't have to be particularly high. Belt height is perfect. Here we go. And 1, 2. Make sure you're using the correct leg. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna do 10 more. When I do these, I'm gonna get a little closer so you can see. My foot is sideways, toes are sideways, right? So like this, that's a side kick. All right, so here we go, 10 of them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, almost there. Last kick, last leg, right? Right leg side kick, you're gonna see, same idea, foot is sideways, I'm sorry. Left leg side kick for you folks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You see the hands up. 10. Keep the eyes on the target. Okay. Last detail I want to mention. When I go to do a lead leg side kick, this foot points backwards, right? So if I kick this way, this foot turns that way. The way you can do that is easy way. Step, turn it, then kick. Harder way, you kind of hop as you're kicking. As a beginner, you should probably do the easy way. Ready? 1, step, kick. 2, twist it, kick it. 3, twist it, kick it, and then reset back to fighting stance. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Made it through our basic kicks. Let's get ready for what's next. All right, today we're going to spend a few minutes just reviewing a couple of self-defense techniques that we've done recently this month, really. In class, we're going to be doing our straight punch technique and our choke technique, and we're just going to be drilling them a little bit together. So we're going to start off just a quick review. I'll show you the punch technique a couple of times, then we'll do it together, right? So the first one is you dodge in, brush, grab, back fist, punch, uppercut, okay? By the way, if you're using a target, great. If you're not using a target, great. You can do it to the air with relative ease. I'll demonstrate one more time. Brush, grab, back fist, punch, uppercut. Okay, so pretty simple, right? That's our punch technique. Our choke technique, quick review of that, right? Pretend this is choking me, oh no, right? Chop, break, double hammer fist, come back, hammer fist, okay? Do it demonstrated towards you, you step back, chop ribs, break up, double hammer fist to the temple, come back like you're playing baseball, time for a home run, bing, bang, boom, to the temple, and then to the jaw, right? Hopefully you're pretty comfortable with those. What we want to do today is alternate between them a little bit and create a little bit of pressure, right? We'll do it slow a couple times. I'm going to move this a little bit more to the side. Do it slow a couple times, and then we'll get into the pressure version. All right, so we're going to start off with the punch technique. I'll be mirroring, so when I say dodge to your right, I'll be dodging to my left. Just keep that in mind. I know that confuses some people. For other people, it really makes a lot of sense. All right, here we go. Ready, set, and go. Dodge to your right, brush, grab, back fist, punch with your left hand, and then that right uppercut, boom, just like that. Okay, all right, doing it again. Here we go. Mark, get set, go. dodge, brush, grab, back fist, punch, and uppercut. All right, 2 more times this time. I'm not going to be mirroring. I'll be facing this way, and I'll face that way. Ready? Go. Dodge, brush with your right, grab with your left, back fist with your right, punch with your left, uppercut with your right. One more time, other point of view, same basic thing though. Dodge to right, brush right, grab left, back fist right, punch left, right uppercut. Okay. So that's enough practicing that straight punch technique. We're going to switch up to the choke technique, and then we got to do the pressure versions. Right, so from here, you step back, duck your chin, chop the ribs, break up, double hammer fist, turn to your right, and now it's time to swing. Hammer fist to the temple, and then to the jaw. All right, I'm going to go a little bit faster this time. Ready, step back, chop, break, double hammer, come back, left hand, right hand. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to do this to the side. All right, same basic idea. I step back, duck my chin, chop, break, double hammer fist, turn, and hammer fist, hammer fist. Okay, one more time to this side. Same basic technique. If you can go faster than me, go for it. Ready, set, go. Step back, chop, break, double hammer fist, come back, and hammer fist, and hammer fist. Okay, voila. We've done the basic pattern review. We just kind of had to get that out of the way. Now, we're going to try and challenge you a little bit. This time, you're going to have to do the technique when I call his name. So it's going to be a little bit more like, oh, which one am I doing now? Which is a little bit more kind of realistic, right? People don't come over and say, that's it, I'm about to punch you with my right hand. You better think about it, prepare yourself, and then let's take some action. Nope. Obviously, we prepared a little bit, right? It's kind of baby step in the middle there. So if I say punch, you do the punch technique. If I say choke, you do the choke technique. I'll be doing the technique, kind of slow speed for the people who are following along, trying to remember it, but try and go fast if you can, right? If you're like, hey, you know what? Sensei Jeff is taking his time. I'm going to hustle up. I'm going to get this done before I can, count to 3 or something like that. Fantastic. All right, so start from your stay away stance. You're just like, hey, back off, man. I don't want to fight you, right? And get ready for whichever one it is. Choke technique. Step back, chop, break. Boom, boom, boom. And then reset. All right, wait for it. Choke technique. Okay, pretty good. Wait for it. Wait for it. Punch technique. Good. And reset. Come on back. Punch technique. Good. Okay, now, just as a decent guideline for you, the speed I'm going at, you should be able to go faster than this if you're hoping to get promoted, get stripes, things like that, right? I'm kind of going at like rudimentary, kind of like learning speed as compared to like, I'm good at this and ready to qualify for a stripe speed. So if you are still struggling to keep up with me, not a great sign, right? I mean, if you're learning it, you're like, hey, I just got my new belt. I've never done this before. Is it okay? Yeah, that's fine. But if you're like, I want to get promoted, and you can't keep up, practice more. All right, here we go. Punch technique. Good. Choke technique. All right, now I'm going to turn and do these a little bit sideways just to give you a different point of view, but we're doing the same thing. We're still waiting here. Punch technique. Punch technique. Choke technique. Okay, now we're going to change things up even more because this time you have to watch instead of just listen. Right? Because people don't say, hey, do a punch technique. They punch you. You got to see, that's a punch. What should I do about it? Right? So we're going to work a little bit on reading the attack as well. I'll only do this for a moment. Try and kind of watch what telegraphs the movement, right? Like, how does a choke start, right? What do their hands do, right? How does a punch start? Keep an eye on that. Whichever attack I do, you should do. I will count to 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when I land the attack. So when my arms get straight, right? I'll count to 5. See when you finish, right? Be great if you can finish by the time I get to 3. 4 is okay. 5's all right. 6, not so good. 7, 11, 48, those are bad. All right, so here we go. Ready, set, read the technique, read the attack, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, hopefully you finished by like 1 or 2, because that time I actually delayed my count for a second because I was being nice. Don't expect me to be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, hopefully you're able to finish before I got to 5, hopefully before I got to 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Watching carefully. You never know when I'm going to try and get you. It could happen at any moment. What's that over there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So that's a nice challenge to do. You can even practice that at home. You can ask someone in your family to be like, hey, could you just punch the air? Like, you don't even have to touch them, right? Or have them say punch or choke, and then you do the thing and count to 5. And see how you do, right? Hopefully you can do it pretty quickly. All right, everybody, good job on that. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. All right, so we're going to work on one of our closing the gap combinations today. And this is the one that starts off with the hopping in knee, right? The tie hop. So it's this where you hop in, cross, kind of hooking uppercut, and roundhouse kick. So what we want to do right now is we just want to kind of walk through this a few times together. Right? After we've gone through it a few times together, we'll start talking some of the details to make it better and better. With that being said, set yourself up with your right leg and back. We're going to make sure we're using the correct leg, correct hand, all that great stuff. Right? The good news is each one of your 4 limbs gets a job today. Right? Only gets one job though. Right? Well, I guess one striking movement. So first is I hop in, I do my knee, then I'm going to do a cross, that kind of hooking uppercut, and then the one leg that hasn't done a strike yet does a roundhouse kick, just like that. Okay, so we're going to run through that a few times. Let's do 5 on one side, 5 on the other, and then we're going to start talking some of the details. Ready? And 1, hop in, 1, 2, 3. All right, let's go again. Set yourself up, and 2, hop in, 1, 2, and 3. All right, come on back. Speaking of 3, ready? 3. Come on back. 4. Come on back. Last one, and 5. Okie dokie. We're switching things up to the other side, the same basic idea. You'll be using your right knee now. Ready? Hop in, right knee, left cross, right hooking uppercut, left roundhouse kick, and come on back. All right? Let's go again. Ready? And 2. Come on back. And 3. Come on back. 4. Come on back. Last one. 5. Okie dokie. So that's just to basically check to make sure you know the pattern of this. Let's talk some of the details. One of the things about this combination does head, body, head, right? If you ever had to defend yourself against head strikes and body strikes, your arms can cover either, right? I can put my arms covering my body, or I can put them covering my head. Can't do both, right? Unless you got really, really, really long forearms and a tiny head. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to hit them in different zones or different parts of their body. So they can't just stand there and cover up. Instead, they have to be able to block. It's much harder to reactively block then just put your arms and say like, I'm gonna stand here for the next 10 minutes while you punch me in the face. Right? That's pretty easy to defend, right? If they just punch you in the face, block, you're good, right? But if they start changing it up to different heights, you gotta move and respond much, much harder. So with that being said, you want to change the heights on your strikes. Head, body, head, right? Keep that in mind. We're gonna do, let's do 3 more on each side. Ready? Set yourself up. Ready? Hop in, head, body, head, right? And then you'll go on back. Same thing, head, body, head. Ready? And 2, head, body, head. Go back. And 3, hop in. That doesn't hit anything. Head, body, head. Right? Though that does kind of lower their guard. Most people tend to block because they don't like getting kicked in the stomach. All right, switch your legs. Same idea. Head, body, head. Ready? And 1, head, body, head. Come on back. Let's do it again. Ready? And head, body, head. Come on back. And 3, go. Head, body, head. All right, come on back. Now, next little thing I want you to think about doing is make sure you cover some ground. We went over this a couple weeks ago, but if you're just standing in the same spot, it don't work. Again, this combination is about, I'm out here, away from my opponent, I gotta get in there. I'm too far away to hit him, right? So you gotta close that gap. But when you close the gap, you still have to maintain your stance. So if I'm here and I take this big lunge and let my feet get apart, right? That's wicked hard to throw a roundhouse kick from this position. Wicked hard to do a lot of things, right? I've gotta close the gap, make sure that this foot moves, but I end up in a stance where I can still move back out or throw strikes forward, right? While still doing head, body, head, all right? So this time I'm not gonna demonstrate. I wanna see if you can do it without having to copy me. We're gonna do 3 on each side. I want you to really emphasize in your head, I'm gonna close the gap, maintain my balance to be able to do my 3 strikes. If you're having a hard time remembering the combination without me, maybe a good idea to pause this, practice a few times by yourself, even rewind and be like, hey, let me go back to the easier round a couple times until I feel really good about that. But we're gonna keep moving forward. Set yourselves up in a fighting stance, close the gap, change your heights, do the correct strikes. Ready? And 1. All right, should be done by now. Reset back. All right, we're gonna go again. Ready? And 2. Hop in with that knee, cross, hook, roundhouse kick, get back. One more time. Ready, set, and go. Change those heights, head, body, and then head again. Okay. Switch your legs, same thing the other side. Close the gap, different heights for your targets, and make sure you do the correct pattern, alternating hands and stuff like that. Ready? And go! Should be done by now. If you are, great. If not, not so great. It's okay. Ready? And 2. Hop in, cross, hook, uppercut, roundhouse kick, and reset back. Okay. Last time. Ready, set, go. Close that gap. Head, body, and head. All right. Fantastic. So if you're having a hard time with some of those moves, it's pretty normal. You got to keep practicing that combination. For a lot of people, that head height roundhouse kick, it's a pretty rough one. So what we're going to do now is we're going to switch things up. We're going to work on a different kicking drill that is really designed just to help us improve the height of a roundhouse kick. All right, let's jump over to that now. All right, if we're working on improving the kicking height on a roundhouse kick or a side kick or any kick that kind of opens sideways, there's 2 different things that affect it: flexibility and strength. For this one, we're going to be focusing more on the strength side of things. You're going to want to have something like a chair that you can lean on that will give you good support. You can use a wall, you can use a bed, basically anything that's really stable. Okay, now there's two things I want you to do in addition to the exercises that we're going to be doing to strengthen our muscles to be able to hold up our leg higher and get it up higher. First thing is when you do your roundhouse kick, I want you to really focus on having your foot pointed, not flexed. Okay? This is a very good habit, something you can work on doing during these drills. The second thing is to keep your posture up. Now, this chair is actually a little bit low for me to be able to do this very easily. It would be easier if I had something like a wall, but much harder to do a video with a wall right here. And what you want to be able to do is, as you do your kick, keep your hips, your shoulders, and your foot kind of in a line as compared to sticking your head forward and your behind back. Right? We kind of refer to that as piking. We don't want to pike our body when we do a roundhouse kick. We want to have not hips out, we want hips under. Okay, so making sure you maintain that is going to be really important and helpful for developing the strength that we need to kick high. We're going to be doing 3 different moves on 2 different legs. So that's 6, right? And each one is going to be for 30 seconds. So that's about like 3 minutes. Not 30 minutes. Well, this would be hard for 30 minutes. 3 minutes of just kind of leg strengthening. The first one, you're going to hold on to your thing, right? Whatever it is, you're going to have your leg, and you're just going to try and hold it up pretty high. Whatever burns for you, right? It'll be burning kind of probably in your behind, right? More likely than not. All right, so everybody, I'm going to set my timer. Ready, set, and go. Good up, hold it up. Try and keep your back up, right? You're going to feel that maybe in your side, maybe the side of your leg, maybe your behind. Anywhere over here is fine, right? Keep breathing, holding it steady. Couple more seconds. 5 to be exact. Good. And we made it. Okay, put that down. We're going to do the same thing with the other leg. I'm just changing my angle so you get a different view of this, so you get an idea of, oh, you lean this way, but you don't lean that way. Ready? Other leg. Go. All right, get the leg out there. Hold it. You can see I'm leaning away from my foot, but just like on the other point of view, I'm making sure I don't stick my behind back and stick my shoulders forward. You want to keep that up there, good alignment. And again, you can lean a little bit because we're working on strengthening the leg and our oblique and all that kind of good stuff. Holding it. Oh, gotta make sure the timer's going, otherwise this would be an awkwardly long video clip. Good, and rest. Okay, so that should feel a little bit. If it doesn't feel like you were doing anything, you weren't doing anything. Okay, and that's no good. Second version of this, okay? Very similar exercise. This time, we're gonna move our foot side to side like this. Not up and down, side to side. So you can see it's like this. It's kind of like I'm doing a very small roundhouse kick, tapping a target. Okay, so we're going for 30 seconds. Get yourself set up on your mark. Get set, go. Legs out, side, side, side. Right? Developing that strength. And again, you gotta find the right height for you, right? Now I could probably go a little bit higher for myself, but it would be so much harder to talk and to teach. So I'm going like, I feel it, but this is my hardest. If you can go higher, go for it. Right? Some of you got some really flexible folks. They can kick almost vertical. That's awesome. Good. And time. Okay, we're switching legs. Now, if you're doing this against the wall, you may not be watching me on every one of these. That's okay. Do your thing, whichever way works for you. Other leg, ready? And go for it. Leg is up, and you can see a little bit more clearly on this side. I'm just going side to side. There's not a lot of up and down. Try not to let it drop. It obviously wants to, because gravity is a real thing, but you're fighting for that, trying to keep your leg up. Don't forget to breathe. Good, almost there. Toes are pointed, I hope. And that's time. Okay, take a deep breath. Last round. This one, we're gonna focus on going up and down. Now, one thing about this, when you go up and down, don't let your knee turn up. So some people, when they try and go up and down, they do it like a front kick. No, no, no. No, no, no. Keep it like a roundhouse kick and go up and down, up and down, up and down. All right? Ready? Set. Go get your spot and squeeze it. Just a couple inches up and down. It's not going really far. Some people do these big swings. That's not what we want. Small movement. You can see it's only going like, I don't know, 6 inches, 8 inches up and down. Not like these big swings. That's a momentum move, not a strength move. Good, almost there. Finish strong, you can do it. That's time. Whew. Okay, so hopefully you're feeling that. Feel your muscles burning. Remember, when your muscles are burning, it means you're getting stronger. Taking an extra moment, getting ready for this last one. Ready, set, and go for it. Get to your spot, up and down, up and down. You can see a little bit better on this point of view how it's that small movement as compared to letting it drop and picking it up. That's not it. This. Keep your good balance. Hold yourself up there. Feel the fire. Good, and time. Okay, so that little 3-minute exercise, hopefully you feel that, right? If you did feel it, good sign you were doing it right. If you didn't, maybe you need to hold it a little higher for yourself next time. Whatever it is, great job. Let's keep moving on to the next part of class. Let's take a few minutes to do some stretches to wrap up class today. We're going to be doing a few different stretches, 30 seconds to a minute, depending on which stretch it is. Just quick review, the 4 stretches that we're going to do are 1, where you're going to have your hand on a chair or a table just for balance. You don't need it, but it's helpful. Grab your ankle behind your back and you're stretching at your quadricep, right? So that's going to be one of the ones that we're going to do. Another one that we're going to do is we're going to have one leg straight in front and one leg straight in back. A little wider than shoulder width, but don't make it into like a split. You're going to lean down over your leg. Okay. We'll also be doing just kind of like a feet even, right? I'm turning so you get the angle of this. Where we're going to lean forward, hands towards the floor, and we're going to lean kind of one side, then the other side as we kind of go through some breathing. And finally, we're going to be doing a half split. We do a half split, it's both knees on the floor, hands down, and we're going to crawl a little bit to one side and then the other. Okay, so that's the quick review of the 4 that we're going to do, right? Let's just get started, right? So stand on up, grab a chair or a table or something, grab your ankle, and stretch. And when you're here, you want to try and keep your good posture, and you want to make sure you bring your foot straight back into your behind, right? Don't let your knee or your ankle come off to the side. As you pull it off to the side, it's actually really bad for your knee. Kind of like my knee, try and stay attached to it. If you want to make this more impressive or more potent, you can press your hip forward, right? But let's release. Same thing the other side. Grab your ankle and stretch. Now with all of our stretches, we want to be pretty warm. Right? If you're not warmed up before you stretch, you can hurt yourself. That's no fun. The other thing is you want to feel a little burning, but not a lot of pain. If it hurts a lot, you're doing it wrong, you're going too far, right? Not a good idea to have a contest when it comes to stretching. Good, and release. Okay, next up we have one leg forward, one leg back. I'm just gonna lean forward, feel this in your hamstring. And as you're into this stretch, you wanna feel it in the center of the muscle in the back of your leg. Not by your knee, and not up by your behind. If you feel it behind your knee, I recommend bending your front knee a little bit and see if you can find a place where it goes in the right spot. One thing you don't want to do is push your knee down. So I'm here, I'm not really leaning on my hands, but people sometimes put their hand on the leg, they're pushing that downward. No, 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 no. Never do that, okay? And now as we come out of this stretch, you're gonna bend your front knee, take pressure off the muscle, stand on up, and then we're gonna do the other leg. All right, so go ahead and get yourself in position. And again, you want a burning, but not a tearing. Tearing is bad. Burning is good. Now, a good trick for when you're doing this by yourself, if you're not using a timer, is you try and do each stretch for something like 10 or 20 deep breaths. But I got a timer going, right? We're gonna bend our front knee. We're gonna stand on up. Okay, next we're gonna do feet a little bit apart. We're hanging down. We're gonna stay in the center for one breath, crawl over to one leg for breath, back to the center, crawl over to the other leg, right? So lean on down, find your spot, take a deep breath, in and out, crawl over to one foot, it doesn't really matter which one. Take that deep breath, come back to center, and then you go to the other side. Now don't try and keep the same pace as me. Move at the pace of your body, not the pace of my body. But keep going from one to the other. I got the timer in terms of how long we're going to do this for. And again, like before, you want to feel that burning in muscles, but not tearing. Still feeling that in your hamstrings, letting you kick higher. Not in the back of your knees. Just a couple more seconds. Okay, from here, bend your knees quite a bit. You may want to put your hands by your hips, take some of the pressure off your hamstrings so you're less likely to pull a muscle. Okay, shake it out a little bit. We're going to go into that half split. Same concept. Deep breath in the center, crawl over, deep breath in the side, crawl over back to the center. All right, so I'm going to get myself in position. I'm here, my knees are apart, and start going. Deep breath in, crawl to the side, deep breath in, go back to the center, deep breath in, crawl to the other side, keep going at your rhythm. Now, a big thing here is to think about pushing your knees apart, not trying to get your body down. It's very easy to just get your belly on the floor. It's called lying down. All right, so actually what we're going to do at the end, you should feel this more in the inner thigh. This is a really useful stretch for your roundhouse kicks, your side kicks. Almost done. As we wrap up, if you want to do more, feel free. If you want to be perfectly balanced, I did my left side 6 times, my right side only 5 times. That's okay. All right, come back to the center and crawl your body forward so you can lie down, take the pressure off your legs. Okay, that's our class for today. Thanks for coming. Hope to see you soon.